Las Vegas, Nevada, private casino. Not on the Strip, the kind of place where serious people handle serious business. March, 1970, Saturday night, midnight. Frank Sinatra sits in a private room. Leather chairs, dark wood, expensive scotch. He's with a man whose name won't be written, a man who owns significant Vegas operations, real power. Bruce Lee sits quietly nearby. 29, 5'7", 135. Dark slacks, black shirt. He's here because Sinatra called, someone he should meet, someone who might create opportunities. Sinatra and the owner have been talking business. Eventually the conversation turns to protection, security. Sinatra mentions he's been training with Bruce, learning martial arts, finding it valuable, more than technique, philosophy, awareness. The owner listens. He's heard about Bruce Lee, the Green Hornet, the martial arts teacher. In his world, violence isn't choreographed. Violence is a tool, used by professionals. The owner says, "You want to hire him for security training?" Sinatra nods. "I think he could teach my guys things they don't know." The owner looks skeptical. "Frank, your security guys are professionals, former military. They don't need martial arts." Sinatra says, "It could enhance what they do." The owner looks at Bruce directly, assessing. Bruce meets his gaze. The owner says, "I've seen martial arts demonstrations, impressive for show, but my guys deal with real violence, not choreography." Bruce speaks quietly. "I understand the difference. I'm not offering choreography." The owner studies him. "You're the guy from that TV show. I was on the Green Hornet. But that's acting, not what I do. So what do you do?" "I teach real application. What works when there are no rules and real consequences." The owner smiles slightly. "Real consequences. You know what that means?" Bruce says, "Yes." The owner sets down his drink. "All right. My guys will test you. Professional evaluation. They'll determine if what you teach has value. If you pass, Frank can hire you. If you don't, we forget this. Fair?" Subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, and comment. More true Bruce Lee stories are coming. Bruce glances at Sinatra. Sinatra's expression shows concern. He knows who these guys are, what they've done. Bruce says, "What does the test involve?" "My guys will evaluate whether you can handle real threats, real resistance, light contact, professional assessment, not a fight, evaluation." Bruce understands, these aren't athletes. These are criminals, professionals who've killed people. This tests whether martial arts works against genuine danger. Bruce says, "I agree." The owner picks up a phone, speaks quietly. "My guys will be here in 5 minutes." Those 5 minutes pass in silence. Bruce prepares mentally, centering himself. A knock. 4 men enter, all large, all professional. Dangerous, dark clothes, armed. Their eyes assess Bruce. He looks small, unthreatening. The owner stands. "Follow me." They move to a larger room. Empty, good lighting, hardwood floor, open space. The owner addresses his 4 men. "This is Bruce Lee. Frank wants to hire him for security training. I want your assessment. Test his methods. Use your judgment. Light contact. Professional conduct." The 4 men nod. They understand. The owner turns to Bruce. "They'll come one at a time, then combinations, then all 4. They'll test how you respond. Ready?" Bruce nods, moves to center. The 4 bodyguards spread out, forming corners. Bruce stands relaxed. Sinatra watches from the door, nervous. The owner says, "Begin." The first bodyguard moves. 6'2", 200 pounds, professional fighter. Approaches carefully, throws a jab. Fast, real speed. Bruce's head moves 6 inches. The punch misses, another jab. Bruce slips it, a grab attempt, reaching for Bruce's shoulder. Bruce's hand redirects, changes the angle. The grip closes on air. Bruce's other hand touches the bodyguard's wrist. Light pressure, showing control. The bodyguard tries to pull away. Can't. His structure is broken. Bruce releases, steps back. The bodyguard nods to the owner. He's fast, really fast. Good awareness, the owner says. Next, the second bodyguard attacks. Commits fully, hard punch. Bruce moves inside, too close for the punch to extend. Bruce's hand touches the elbow. Nerve strike, light pressure. The arm hyperextends involuntarily. Bruce has moved behind. Hand on neck, gentle tap. In a real situation, knockout. Bruce releases. The bodyguard turns, breathing harder. God damn. I didn't see him move. The owner says, two at once. The first and third approach together, coordinated, one high, one low. Bruce moves between them, disrupts their coordination, redirects both attacks. Both miss. Bruce touches both simultaneously, showing he could have struck. The third bodyguard says, he understands positioning, knows where we'll be before we get there. The owner says, all four, final evaluation. This is the real test. 4 professionals, all armed, all experienced. They spread out, surround Bruce. Bruce stands center, calm. They move together. Coordinated attack. 1 grabs from behind, 2 from sides, 1 from front. Bruce drops his weight. The rear grab weakens. His elbow touches the man behind. Solar plexus. The grip fails. Bruce turns, deflects the front attack. His foot sweeps. Light contact. Balance shifts. The side attackers close. Bruce moves between them, uses one as shield. His hands touch both. Pressure points. Both react involuntarily. Bruce creates distance, resets. The 4 bodyguards stop. Look at each other. The owner says, assessment. The first speaks. He's legitimate. Real skill. Reads movement before it happens. Minimal force. Maximum effect. The second adds, I've been in combat. Real combat. I recognize real skill. This guy has it. What he did would work in actual situations. The third says, he stayed calm, no panic, processes faster than anyone I've seen. The fourth says simply, I'd want him teaching our guys. He knows things we don't. The owner nods, looks at Bruce. You passed. Frank can hire you. He pauses. Actually, I want to hire you. My guys need what you demonstrated. Bruce says, I'm willing to teach, but I teach principles, not violence. Awareness, control, efficiency. What you use it for is your choice. The owner studies Bruce. You demonstrated against 4 armed professionals. That's not violence. Bruce says, that was control. I didn't hurt anyone. I showed openings. Real violence would have been different. What I did was assessment. The owner nods. Fair. Teach my guys awareness and control. Bruce extends his hand. They shake. Then Bruce shakes with each bodyguard. Professional respect. The third says, where did you learn this? Bruce says, decades of training, multiple styles, then stripping away everything that doesn't work, keeping only what's essential. They return to the original room. Drinks are poured. The atmosphere has changed. Skepticism became respect. The owner tells Sinatra, your guy is legitimate. Whatever you're paying him, it's worth it. Sinatra smiles, relieved. I told you he was special. The owner says to Bruce, I want to hire you for 3 months, train my security team. Name your price. Bruce says, I have commitments in Los Angeles. Students, I can do weekends, Vegas Friday night, return Sunday evening, intensive sessions. The owner considers, that works. We'll cover travel, accommodation, compensation. They discuss details, reach agreement. Bruce will train the security team for 3 months, teaching awareness, structure, control. After the meeting, Sinatra drives Bruce back to the strip. Bruce is quiet. Sinatra says, you know who that was? Bruce nods. I have an idea. Sinatra says, those guys have killed people, multiple people. You earned their respect. That's not easy. Bruce says, they're professionals. They recognized professional skill. Sinatra shakes his head. No, they recognize someone who understands violence at their level, someone whose technique actually works when everything goes wrong. That's rare. Bruce is quiet, then says, it's what I've been trying to prove for years, that martial arts isn't performance, that it translates to real situations. Tonight I proved it to people who actually know the difference. Sinatra says, after tonight, you don't need to prove it anymore. Word will spread. People will know. Bruce trains the security team for 3 months. Every weekend, intensive sessions, teaching sensitivity, awareness, efficiency, reading intention, understanding structure, not replacing their training, enhancing it, adding dimension. By the end, all 4 bodyguards have incorporated Bruce's principles. They move differently, think differently, see threats earlier, respond more efficiently. They become better at their jobs, more complete as security professionals. The owner is satisfied, pays generously, more importantly, speaks well of Bruce to Vegas power players. Doors open, opportunities emerge. Bruce becomes known in certain circles as legitimate, not Hollywood, not performance, actual skill that translates to dangerous situations. Sinatra continues training with Bruce for years, until Bruce's death. He learns the basics. More importantly, he learns the philosophy, the approach, the mindset. Years later, Sinatra says, I watched Bruce Lee face 4 professional killers and earn their respect in minutes. Not by talking, by demonstrating his skill was real, that changed how I understood combat and confidence. The 4 bodyguards carry those lessons for their careers. They tell the story occasionally to other professionals. We tested a martial artist once, expected performance, got reality. Guy named Bruce Lee, smallest guy in the room, controlled all 4 without breaking a sweat. Earned respect. We don't give easily. The owner never speaks publicly about Bruce, but privately mentions, Frank introduced me to a martial artist. I tested him. He passed. Proved martial arts has real application when taught right. Years later, after Bruce's death, one bodyguard says in an interview, Bruce Lee understood violence at our level. He'd been there. He understood consequences, understood what it means when everything goes wrong. Most martial artists are playing games. Bruce Lee wasn't playing, he was real. That night in Vegas, 4 bodyguards, 1 evaluation, 1 demonstration that proved to people who truly understand violence that martial arts, when practiced correctly, stripped of performance and ego, translates to real situations. Not because Bruce beat anyone, not because he hurt anyone, because he demonstrated awareness and control that professionals recognized as legitimate. Sometimes, the highest compliment comes from dangerous people, acknowledging you understand their world, that you've earned the right to teach them, that despite all their experience, you showed them something new, something real, something that makes them better at survival. That night changed Bruce's trajectory in Vegas, changed how certain people saw him, changed what opportunities became available, all from 1 evaluation, 1 demonstration, 1 moment of proving what he taught. Wasn't performance, wasn't Hollywood. It was real. It worked. It mattered. The owner's endorsement spread through Vegas, through circles where reputation matters more than publicity, where respect is earned through capability, not credentials. Bruce Lee became known not as the actor, not as the teacher to movie stars, as the real thing, the professional. The man who proved his methods work against people who understand violence at the deepest levels. Frank Sinatra never forgot that night, never stopped talking about it to people he trusted. 4 professionals tried to test Bruce, thought they'd expose him. Instead, he showed them they had blind spots, showed them awareness they didn't know was possible. That's not defeating someone. That's elevating them. That's mastery. One of the bodyguards 30 years later says, that night changed my career, changed how I thought about protection work. Bruce taught us that size and strength and weapons aren't enough. You need awareness. You need to see things before they happen. Read intention. that saved my life. Twice. Maybe more. I owe Bruce Lee for that. That's the real story. Not a fight. Not a demonstration for entertainment. A professional evaluation by dangerous men who needed to know if what Bruce taught had value in their world, in situations where mistakes cost lives, where performance doesn't matter, where only what works matters. Bruce passed that test, earned their respect, earned their endorsement, and in doing so proved once again that martial arts, real martial arts, practiced with honesty and stripped of everything that doesn't function, translates to the most dangerous situations against the most dangerous people. 4 professionals tested him. 4 professionals became students. 4 professionals spread the word that Bruce Lee was legitimate, that changed everything for Bruce in Vegas, that opened doors money couldn't open, that created opportunities credentials couldn't create. All from one night. One test, one demonstration, one moment of proving that what you know works when it matters most. Against people who've seen everything, who've done everything, who don't give respect easily because they've earned the right to be skeptical. When those people say you're real, everyone listens, everyone believes, everyone knows it's true. That's what happened that night in Vegas. That's what Bruce Lee proved. Not to audiences, not to fans, to professionals, to people who understand, to people who matter in the world where violence is real and consequences are permanent. Sometimes that's all you need. One moment with the right witnesses, the right circumstances, the right people who understand what they're seeing. One moment to change everything. Subscribe, enable notifications, like the video, and comment below which Bruce Lee moment surprised you most.